Is it save the best for last? Definitely our local boy here, Brett Brimhall, doctor of chiropractic medicine. He is our crazy passionate chiro, and he has been teaching health and wellness for over 2.5 decades around the globe. He runs a very successful wellness center here in the Phoenix area, married to gorgeous Holly for over 22 years, and the picturesque kids, right? Is gorgeous, 4 beautiful children. He's a father, husband, brother, doctor, formulator, author, advocate, and a professional network marketer, and proud. And I love this. He's on his way to becoming a free range human. I get that humor right there, Brett. So Dr. Brett, I'm super excited that you're here. Talk to us a little bit about, it had to be a crazy transition for you to go from this, doctor and formulator and medical professional and advocate to now all of a sudden having a side gig, having a side hustle, and choosing LifeVantage. Talk to us about that journey.
Well, hey, Rachel, thank you for inviting me on. I actually am excited about this, and I love hearing Sean and Jean's stories. It's just so powerful to think about the different experiences we all have and what has kind of got us to this point in time in our lives. And some of them because of painful experiences, Sean, where she had health issues and looking for answers and found answers. And Dr. Lucia looking for time. And I love being in the medical field. I grew up that way. My dad's a chiropractor. I have an older brother that's an orthopedic surgeon. I have another brother that's a dentist. I have sisters, a massage therapist. I mean, that's just kind of what we've always been a part of. So what I've learned about doctors is most of them have this passion and desire of healthcare providers. They want to help people. And along that way, through school and other things like that, life kind of beats us up. And I had taught for the last 20 plus years, and I really wasn't looking for something else to do. I was busy. I was, very active in church and communities, and I love teaching. But I was teaching for a company that let my dad go. That was his primary source of income that went away overnight. And that really rocked my world, because my plan B was when I got tired of practice, whether my body got broke down, which I've treated a lot of physicians over the years, and they get broke down. And that was my plan B. I'd go teach, but I'd spent 17 years with one company, 3 years with another. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend another 20 years where something could be ripped away from me. I wasn't going to do it. At the same time, I was treating this little boy who was diagnosed with autism at 2. And you've asked what caught our attention. I wasn't open. I've had a lot of people talk to me about products and opportunities. I was never open because I could make pretty much anything. I could go to a company and say, let's put this for me together. But this little boy's life shifted in front of my eyes. I'd worked with him every week for a year. His mom was a LifeVantage distributor, a doctor I had trained from Iowa, referred him into me because she was just looking for everything she could to help him. And I remember he comes in this one day after starting this product called Axio, which we're not talking a ton about, but it's like NRF2 activation, but for brain. And he'd had a 50% improvement in this 11-day time period since he started that product. And I remember calling his mom, Carrie, and said, I don't know what happened, but he had the best day ever, where he sat on my table, let me work on him, was remembering stuff we had taught him before. And I'm like, there is something different, where that opened my eyes to what we had as a science, that there's something different about these products that was different than what I had. And I remember as I read the studies, and she was out of town, I called her, and she had somebody drop some product by to me so I could start some people on it. One of the first people I put on it was a patient of mine that I've worked with for 15 years. She's been a client. And MS was her diagnosis. And I just remember saying to her, let's just see what happens. Dr. Lucia, there's 3 things that you're going to need in anything that I've learned. I was taught this through Carrie. Says you're going to need belief in the product. We have phenomenal science, and that belief has come to me as I put some clients on it. And I watched this lady, every time she had a relapse, she would drop down in functioning. And I watched it over the years. High stress, stuff with kids, a move. Well, and then I just did a meeting with her last week where she was sharing her story. In the last 3.5 years, guys, her health has gone like this steadily, where she's gotten better, not better, but better, where she's now traveling, what she'd given up on. She's been able to function all day. She just bought a different house. They're cleaning it up. Normally she would spend 10 minutes doing it and she'd be exhausted. So I know this science is amazing. I love how Dr. Sean like went through that for us and like just told us what this new science is. And I love the fact that Dr. Lucia like put it in lots of patients' lives, and that built his belief. I was no stranger to the fact that nutrition worked. I grew up with that. But what I was a stranger to was understanding that what I thought I knew, I really didn't know as much as I thought. So when I saw that happen, those clients that I've worked with for years and saw results happen in a short period of time, and I've watched that effect be cumulative, it got me super excited about what I had to share from a product standpoint. But I don't think I would have taken the business seriously if I hadn't come front to up face to face with two things: my dad having his income ripped away overnight, because that really got me thinking, like, I don't think I want to do what he's done. Like, I don't want to go teach for somebody that can pull it away. And then shortly after that, I ended up breaking my knee playing basketball. And here I am, you know, hobbling on a broken knee. My brother reads the MRI, said, you really should be off of it. I'm like, how can I do that? Like, I've got a family, I've got to practice. If I quit, if I don't see patients, I don't get paid. So what I do, I fake using crutches, kind of, sort of, for a few weeks until it felt a little bit better, and I still worked on it. So all of that happened, and I went to South Dakota, met the scientist that developed the Axio, and I saw this team that Carrie and her team had built, where she had the time and the financial freedom to do whatever she wanted health-wise for her family. And I realized, like, if I don't come up with a plan B, like, what is my option? And so it's taken me, if I knew how to work hard, but I didn't understand, I didn't have a belief in network marketing. So to do this and do it well, every single one of us can be successful at whatever we choose to do, if as long as we believe in the product, we believe in ourselves, and then we believe in the industry we're part of. I didn't understand the industry, so that's where, you know, Carrie would send me to get study to read about. But what I learned, guys, is that I have been able to create time freedom because of LifeVantage, by leveraging my time and my talent and helping other people become successful. The product makes it very easy. The results makes it very easy for me, because I have such a belief in what we do and what we can do, and in empowering people. And I think, truly, talking about hijacking, my own life has been hijacked many times, not because of things that have happened to me. So my knee was broke, right? I was hijacked, but that hijacking got me looking at something different. My mom passed away from cancer in her 60s. Her mom was 97, her dad was 93. There is no way she should develop that cancer with her genetic potential. But because of environmental exposure that she was unaware of, her body began to manifest things. So I love the fact that we have this science, that we have options now to help things and help people that maybe we wouldn't otherwise. I have that option. But I'm super excited about the business, because right now we're trying to figure out, is this worth you guys' time? Like, is this worth your time? Number one, if you're here, great, and you're gonna watch this after it's recorded, is this worth your time? Now, I love what Dr. Lucia says. He had a good lifestyle, but he didn't have time to enjoy it, right? And I think a lot of people are like that. They may make good money, but that time freedom doesn't happen there. With network marketing done right, with the product that we have, you can create a freedom of time and leverage your time and your talent and create residual income and help other people do the same thing. So I can be anywhere in the world and do that. My wife's already in her head planning what she wants to do for a month once eventually when I sell a practice, where we could physically go be with our kids and be with them somewhere in the world, and I could still influence people. My passion is helping people. I love it. Okay, it thrives on it. From the time I was little, my dad would put us in front of a little room, and we'd have the floor, he called it. I learned to speak in front of people. So I love that aspect. What I love to see is where people get it, where they begin to have hope again, whether that's health hope or emotional hope or financial hope. I never could work on the financial hope until LifeVantage, where I can help other people get there. And so for you guys right now, all of us is working, is this financially worth our time? I'll tell you right now, from a time freedom perspective, once you get to those places where you have that leverage residual income, absolutely the time freedom's there. Okay, but is it worth the effort to get there? To become a medical professional, every single one of us has gone through some things to get where we are. Schooling, debt, right? Late night studying, all these different things. With network marketing and with LifeVantage, there's a learning curve that's going to take place. You want to study and do the things that other people have done that are successful. And that's why I've studied a lot and worked a lot with people that are successful. Carrie's who I've worked with a ton, but she's introduced me to her team. When I met to South Dakota, I met her team. I saw how she had created this team of people that was carrying this massive movement forward, right? And that's how eventually we connected with you, Rachel, and I've watched you build that massive team. So I want to be part of that, using our time and talents to impact a lot more lives. And we have that ability to do that. And I don't know of another product out there where we can impact lives like we can in such a simple way. Healthcare is complicated, but being healthy is not. Your body always wants to get better, but we now have the tools and resources made very simply. I've been a part of teaching over 200 different products. We had that many products because we were trying to find out how to help each individual system heal, as opposed to turn on to the major switches. And that's what we're doing with this, turning on those major switches. Click a couple of slides on the income disclosure, if you don't mind. So one of the things that I remember being asked is, what do you want out of LifeVantage? And I'm going to ask you guys the same thing. What do you want out of life, though? Like, what do you want out of life? Because I think a lot of us, if you have kids, you tell your child what? You can become anything you want to become. I'm going to ask you, do you still believe that about yourself? Like, do you still feel like you can become or do whatever you want to do? And I think a lot of people have lost that. Because there's different things that we've come across through life as we've grown up, right? Where it's just not as much fun as it used to be. Well, I want you to look at how much fun you're having in practice. And if you're having fun, awesome. Okay. But then also look at, are you having the lifestyle you want to have, whether that's from a financial perspective or an emotional perspective or a time freedom perspective. If you don't, then I want you to look at the potential of what this company has to offer, because there's probably some words some of you guys are familiar with, but most people aren't. They don't know biohacking, they don't know nutrigenomics, and you're hearing from 3 different physicians from totally different backgrounds, actually sharing together, even when we're not part of the same team per se, other than part of LifeVantage, because we know we want to get this message out to as many people as possible to change lives. And for me, I have a passion. I've taught physicians for 20 years, and I can't tell you a more broken down group practically than physicians. They put all their time, energy, and heart into their people, their practices. And at the end, a lot of times they're physically broken down and financially hurting, right? So why not take our knowledge that we have, our passion for helping people, go out and do that for the world, but you're not limited to just those that you know inside your practice. There are so many people I've got to meet through this, that lives I've been able to impact, because I haven't been in my practice. There's so many patients that don't come and see us because they can't financially come in to see me, or they can't actually find us. So people are out there. We need to go to them, help them have the options that we now have available. So Rachel, click a couple of slides over for me real quick. This is on my way to becoming a free-range human. I stole that from Sean Paul. So I don't know what's clicking.
Here we go. This is where we ended off, and then I fast forwarded to the income disclosure.
Okay, cool. All right. So the last thing I'm going to say here, guys, for me, this is absolutely worth my time. Now, it's been a lot of work. I'm going to be super honest with you. Right? It's a lot of work to do this, but it's been some of the most fun work I've ever done. Right? I have to admit, someone came up to me at the last big event and she said, "You've kind of come alive." Right? Running a busy practice, taking care of patients for years, and then coming home and trying to take that half and become a dad and take care of my family. I'd have to say a lot of times my best energy was given to my practice, not necessarily to my family. Not because I wanted that, but I wanted to create a lifestyle for them. But sometimes I wasn't the best version of myself because I worried about finances or this or that. Guys, with network marketing, with the right product, with the right company, it can be a game changer. What I can promise you, if you do this, you've got to learn you're going to start where everybody else started. You're going to start at the beginning, right? Lock arms with those successful. I think that's one of the challenges I've seen with physicians, is that sometimes we try to do it our own way. But if we lock arms, we learn how to do it, how other people do it and be successful, then you can actually use your passion to change the world. And I can't tell you how excited I am to now be in a place where I am, where I have options and where I now have my mind open to where I want my children to create those same type of options for their family, where they learn about residual, leveraged income. They figure out a way to do it that's tied to their passion, whatever that might be. Network marketing is a phenomenal option for people if it's a fit for them. So Rachel, thanks for giving us this opportunity to like get together and share this, because that income disclosure is absolutely real. And I'm so grateful to be there, but I'm not even close to done. Because once you really, for me, once I've realized my fire again, there's a lot more people I can affect, and I'm excited about that because we have that ability. And really, to me, it's a responsibility, but it's a privilege where we can go out and we can help people be like kids again and live again and impact lives like we want, because we need a lot of people to make a lot of money, impact a lot of lives, because there are a lot of good things that need to be done out there.
Yeah, and I do think about it so much, Brett, that whenever I'm speaking with either physicians, higher level practitioners, wellness center owners, even nurse practitioners, like the income is never the problem. It's the time, it's the freedom, it's the flexibility, it's the high stress, the toll that it takes. And often I think I heard that you said such a great way of describing, you had this big epiphany where you saw the potential loss of the linear income. As a chiropractor, you're adjusting, you're healing, you're teaching, right? But if you stop, whether a knee injury or anything worse, right, heaven forbid, that income stops. And so then all of a sudden it's like, wow, what are we going to do? And it's funny, Brett, is like you guys all, outpaced my schooling by about 20 years combined, maybe 30 years combined. But I will tell you, when I sat in a room similar, and this for me was 12 years ago, I saw leverage. And it was at 21, and I was working full-time in retail, part-time as a nutritionist. And as a nutritionist, I was trading time for dollars. I was about $40 an hour. It's a lot like a personal trainer. You don't do it for the money, you do it for the passion. And I couldn't even make ends meet, to pay for, medical bills and student loans, and just getting started in our life, and newly married at the time. And I remember when I saw that leverage, the fact that I could build a network of consumers, and then as they take the product and as they reorder, I could build leveraged income, meaning I did the work once, I got the customer once, and they stay on the product, and many of our customers stay on for life. And I'll share with you guys as we close some very interesting statistics. And if you guys are considering this as a flexible side opportunity, this is what you got to know. 82% of LifeVantage preferred customers reorder at least once every 90 days. And so imagine having the ability to get paid a phenomenal side income, or what Brett and Sean and Jean have been able to build, a six-figure income based on the efforts you did a week ago, a year ago, 7 years ago. People ask me, Brett, how much did you make your first month? I said, I don't know. I'm still getting paid off of it. I don't know. And that's the amazing part about leveraged income. Now, guys, 90% of the people that we share these products with, they just want to be a consumer. And that's great. Consumers are great for business. Customers are fantastic for business. But there is that 10% of the population that is entrepreneurial, that is driven, that is a big thinker, that want to help others, right? That you heard constantly of all three of our speakers here tonight. They have a desire to help others, and they're going to want to be a distributor. And so, guys, getting started is very simple. We all get started the same way, which is a $50, pretty much a starter kit. It's your license and your website. So it gets you started and gets you your online shopping portal to send patients or referrals to, where they can buy the product. Now, in order to maximize your pay, it's very simple. It's $200 in personal volume. That's on a monthly basis. So to put it really simply, that's you on per tandem and 4 others. That's it, guys. 4 people. Could you find 4 people that you want to change their life for the better? So if you're, for getting started, for most of the professionals here on the line considering this, you're going to choose a pack. We recommend the gold pack or the platinum pack. We don't care, get in where you fit in. I love the platinum because it is the most variety of product. You get an actual sampling of all the products plus marketing materials, and gives you 2 convention tickets to our next science seminar and our leadership seminar. The next one is in Anaheim, California in July. So 2 tickets, that's about a $600 value, where you can come to the convention, the conference, and you can mingle with other 6,000 other, professionals, but also, doctors, scientists, and, stay-at-home moms and baby boomers and other people that are looking to build a business. And you can get great feedback from those people. You can go up to the Bretts and the Seans and the Jeans and be like, hey, I saw you on that webinar. I've now been building this. What are your tips? It's fantastic. Now, we get paid weekly every time that you get a new consumer started, new customer started, and you sell products. You make 30 to 40% on that initial order. As you build your network, you get paid to build your team. And every month, this is the leverage, you get paid royalty commissions, an average of 5 to 9% every time somebody reorders from you or your network for life. So imagine a year from now, a customer that you shared per tandem with, they reorder, average of 5 to 9%. 5 years from now, they take our brand new Nerf One activator, 5 to 9%. 10 years from now, somebody takes our skincare or our weight management, 5 to 9% coming to you over and over. And we have incredible bonuses that can help get you into the profit sharing of the company as well, which Brett, Sean, and Dr. Jean, our doctors, have all participated, which is an additional income just for building in your leadership. Guys, Brett shared that this is our income disclosure. All 3 of our doctors here are Elite Pro 7s on the line. We can show you an example of what an average Elite 7 will make in their side income. I'm an Elite Pro 9. This shows you what an average Elite 9 can make. The possibilities are really endless. What we're looking for are for people that are life-minded, that are wanting to impact more people, that are looking for a little bit less stress, more fulfillment. They want to be ahead of the curve of providing a really valuable product that's proven and that you can point to and say, you know what, I know that I can put my name on this. So guys, I appreciate your time in watching this presentation. Thank you so much to our very special guests and speakers for sharing their talents, their time, their expertise with all of us. Guys, if you're watching at all, like a little love for Dr. Jean, Dr. Sean, and Dr. Brett. You guys are amazing. And thank you guys so much for taking a closer look at LifeVantage. If you have more questions, please get back to whoever told you about this presentation. Get your questions answered. We have our studies, the patents. We have incredible resources and videos to make sure that you can make the best decision that's right for you, or hop on the line with one of us. We'd be happy to answer your questions and make sure that you feel great about moving forward. So with that, welcome to LifeVantage. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. And this call is officially a wrap.